Religious hatred and sectarianism has been on the rapid increase over the past decade and now enters the Western shores. Over the past decade, hundreds of innocent Ahmadi Muslims have been killed in Pakistan merely because of their faith. It is feared that religious hatred is now spreading further afield to the West. Last month, an Ahmadi Muslim was killed in Glasgow in what police have described as a religiously prejudiced case. This week, UK Prime Minister Mr. David Cameron discussed the issue of sectarian violence and extremism in Parliament during question time with the Prime Minister.
It's believed that the recent murder of Glasgow shopkeeper Asad Shah was religiously motivated. And this week, Christian, Jewish, Sikh and Ahmadiyya Muslim faith leaders launched a campaign across Scotland entitled United Against Extremism. Will the Prime Minister join me and colleagues of all parties in supporting the aims of this campaign to support and foster understanding and stand up to extremism?
Yeah. I will certainly join the right honourable gentleman. This was an absolutely shocking murder, and I think what it demonstrates again, and what his question hints at, is that we need not only to stand up against violence and acts of appalling violence like this, but we also need to stand up against the extremist mindset that sometimes tries to justify events like this or other such outrages.
In total agreement with the Prime Minister, and the murder of Asad Shah is just the most recent example of sectarian extremism targeting the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the UK. This includes reports of Ahmadiyya being refused employment, of businesses being boycotted, of school children being bullied and shunned, and people like Amr Anwar, who've worked to bring faith leaders together, have faced death threats. Does the Prime Minister agree that this is totally unacceptable in a country where we believe in free speech and religious tolerance, and the time has come for all community and all faith leaders of all religions to stand up against extremism?
Now, I certainly agree that faith leaders can play a huge role in standing up against extremism, and I welcome what they do. But again, I think we need to be very clear about what we're facing. The attack on Ahmadiyya Muslims by other Muslims demonstrates once again that what we face is not some clash of civilizations between Islam and Christianity or Islam and Buddhism. What we are seeing is a small minority within one of the great religions of our world, Islam, believing that there is only one way, a violent extremist way of professing their faith. This is a battle within Islam, and we have to be on the side of the moderate majority and make sure that they win it. We have to really understand what is happening here, otherwise we'll take the wrong path.
It is the firm belief of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community that all people should be able to peacefully practice their faith without fear of persecution or violence. This report is brought to you from MTA International, UK Studios in London.